All right, guys, we're going into strong principles on our next episode, and this one is going to be more nutritional based.
Which is my forte, but not the nutrition side. I just like to eat, so, you know. Yeah, we could definitely talk about that.
Yeah, we'll jump into like some mistakes and issues, but we'll go into, you two just recently went away.
Yes, I did.
And so you guys, you go away and you eat a lot and drink a lot.
Yeah, basically.
And it's not like the best choices, correct?
No, it's burgers, pizza, you know, the stuff that tastes delicious. Have one too many beers, right? You're just kind of enjoying your day, if you will.
Which sounds amazing.
Yeah.
For a little while. Then it gets old real quick.
Yeah. But you do it for a good week. And it's like, all right, I got to take a break. But yeah, do it for a week. You come back and you step on the scale. I expected to be like 5 to 10 pounds heavier.
Yep.
And I've done this in the past too with like cruises where like I go on a cruise, you buy the drink package, you got to use it up. And you know, there's food all the time on a cruise, as you know.
Yeah, and that's my story. I was on a cruise. I ate nothing but ice cream, drank Tom Collins's every night, came back, and I was lighter. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, so both of you guys were lighter.
I dropped like 2 pounds.
Yeah, I came back 2 pounds lighter.
And then you put on weight.
That's
after.
weird.
Yep.
Is that what you said, is you put on weight after?
6 pounds.
Yeah, I like the next day, like legitimately the next day, I ate, I ate pretty clean that day, and I gained 4 pounds.
Okay.
It's like, what the hell's going on?
Came back. I tried to cut my carbs, tried to eat nothing but protein. Next thing I know, I'm 6 pounds up.
Yeah. So first of all, the metabolism, like the mammalian metabolism, is one of the most complex. Well, I mean, we only know so much about it, but it's very complex. It's like close to the brain to trying to understand everything about it on there. But everyone's a little different. The first mistake I see people make when they go away is they start cutting their calories to lean up before they go. And so then they don't have hardly any metabolic flexibility. Usually what you want to do to help you out with that is you kind of like increase your calories. So when you go, you'll have some flexibility when you go and eat. Most of the time, what you see is people put on weight really quickly when they go, and then they got to try to lose it when they come back. You guys lost some there. Well, one thing you want to know is that, and remember, is novelty. So a lot of times with the body, it's like something different. It has a reaction really quickly. And so a lot of times, you're throwing it all this, you're eating clean before you go, and it's a good amount of volume. And then you go ahead and you go away, and then you start throwing this food at it that's high carbohydrates, got like a lot of sugars. Your body, it's a novelty. It's kind of like almost reminds me of like training. Sometimes when you change stuff, you see like this result right away. You're like, holy shit, your body started grabbing a hold of it. And it kind of like started using it for energy really quickly. And then that'll end real quickly.
It's hard to stop eating ice cream every day and drinking, but
yes.
Yeah.
Because once you did it for a little while, then it's really going to take a toll.
Losing weight
But a lot
doing
of times, like people would do that. They would kind of like backload carbs a lot. And even they could be like even kind of like shitty carbs on there. And you would see some results and they'd drop weight, and people didn't understand. Novelty, a lot of times, that's what it is. Because even if you eat well for a long time, if you do the same thing over and over, your body adapts, and it adapts, and you kind of get out of it. Not that you want to change and eat shitty, but like when you go and you change your nutrition around, or like maybe fluctuate the carbs, the fats, or the proteins a little bit, your body sees the change. And that's basically what happened with you guys. Is you changed and you did something different, and your body responded.
Yeah, it was very weird, right? And one thing I can tell you is like when you're home, hopefully you hardly ever feel like you're bloated.
Yeah.
Right. And to me, like bloated, when you feel bloated, that's a big indicator that you're not eating good, at least for yourself.
Correct.
And so I could tell like I was just feeling bloated for like a good 7 to 8 days every day. Like by like 2, I'd be like, oh, I don't know why I did that, but I'm going to continue to do it. And so I would feel bloated. And in that respect, it might have tricked me into feeling fuller, which in turn means I'm eating less.
Yeah. So that's the other thing I was going to get into. I mean, calories in, calories out is definitely a thing, but the quality of the calories is important too. But a lot of times you think you're doing all this and eating shitty, and like it's a ton, but it's not as much as you think. So it's actually, sometimes it ends up being less than you think. And just like the calorie surplus isn't even as high as you believe it is.
And that's probably what happened to me, because I didn't eat a whole lot. And then when I would have my drinks or eat my free ice cream. I'd indulge, but I didn't really eat much else. And I think, like you were saying, prior to that, I didn't drink and I don't eat ice cream. So my body kind of was like, oh, this is fantastic, and used it, and it shocked it to the point where I gained something from it. Then I come back and go back on my diet, but I still have to dig myself out of that hole that I already put myself in, and now my body's 6 pounds heavier. And I should probably go back on another cruise.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like for me, and I'm sure it's for like a lot of people.
It's confusing.
It's
a little
confusing
bit.
because it's a good mind, mind freak.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating because then it's like, well, what the hell? Like, why do I eat good and I gain weight, right? And at the end of the day, it's still
because usually it's the opposite though.
Out.
Usually you go away, you're going to put weight on. A lot of people go away, they don't have any flexibility. They go away and they come back and they're like 5 pounds heavier or 10 pounds heavier. Yeah. And half it is like water weight too. You want to remember that.
Right. And that's the other thing too, right? Like when you're at home, so like I work from home personally, and so I'm drinking water like all day. And so a lot of times, like I drink probably too much water, and I know that can be a thing. When I'm traveling, I'm not drinking as much water because I'm out doing things. I'm keeping like my mind active, and I don't need a break from my desk, right? I'm kind of just walking around doing my thing, and so I'm probably drinking less water, so less waterlog, probably eating less, but feeling crappier, but enjoying the moment at the same time.
And also, guys, don't forget, like when you're going away, and a lot of times there's a response to the body. It's a little bit of a stressor. So that's going to actually use a little more energy just doing something different and traveling. And then sometimes when you're sightseeing or whatever you're doing, you're actually moving around. Even on a cruise, your body, it's something that's not used to. So it is a stressor on it. So it tends to actually burn a little more energy when it's underneath that kind of stress.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But it's definitely confusing, because like I said, we were constantly we were gaining weight, just eating good, go away, and then lose weight, and then you come back and you gain back. You're like, what the hell's going on?
Well, you just got to get back on track, and and then eventually, like, it'll kind of level itself off because it's always got to. But like you see what people like mistake when people go away, like go away and have fun. Don't like go crazy, but like have fun, let loose. Try to like take in your protein, and then let things fall in place.
So for me, it was like I did like you said. I planned ahead, and when I got there, I was just a kid in a candy store.
Yeah,
calories don't count on vacation. I'm eating whatever I want. I'm gonna have a great time. I'd already psychologically planned myself to come back heavier. I come back and I'm 2 pounds lighter, and I was like, oh no, what's going on here? And then I start eating my chicken and rice and my broccoli, and I'm like, I'm gonna be even lighter and more shredded. And then I gain 6 pounds.
Yeah,
and then I'm banging my head against a wall. I
can't
tell what's going on. And
in reality, right? Like I think there's like a whole thing of like if you eat bad, it's really like a 2-week carryover.
Correct. So you guys are seeing that, like when you came back, a little more of the after effect. There's always like a rebound. So that's why a lot of people like kind of get tricked. It was like, well, I should just eat whatever anyway.
Yeah, it's like a 2-week carryover, and then that's when like you start gaining weight. You're eating good. You're still gaining weight, and then after 2 weeks, if you don't give up within those 2 weeks, right, that's when you start seeing like, okay, now I'm starting to lose weight.
Yeah,
but you have to cut out everything for those 2 weeks.
Yep. And I think some of it for me too is like inflammation, because I noticed after I got back and I gained that 6 pounds, my joints hurt more. I couldn't move as much. I didn't have as much mobility.
Yeah.
It's probably that 2-week wave of now my body's becoming inflamed, holding water, retaining more, and then I'm just heavier.
Yeah, everyone's a little different. There's always like a rebound, but like everyone's response is a little different. That's why I like all those diets like keto and all them. Like everyone responds to them a little different. And so some people see really good results and some people don't.
So what are your thoughts on I want to call them fad diets, really, because that's in my head, that's what they are. I think it's good if something works for you and it's, I don't know, like for me, what ends up happening is like in the past, I'll jump onto a diet, I'll do the thing, I'll lose weight, and then I'm good, but it's not sustainable.
That's
right.
Yep.
And so then that's why I call it a fad diet, because even with like keto, unless if you're going to be like there's carnivore, there's a sugar diet,
new sugar
that I just heard about from you today, and I'd like to learn more about it. By the way,
I'm going to start.
but in all seriousness, like there's all these diets, and unless if it's going to fit you, and there's so many factors too, right? Because like when everything is going right, you know, your career is going good, your family life is going good, like all these things are checked, it's easy to eat good and be good.
Yep.
The moment any of that other stuff falls apart, it's hard.
Yes.
Because shit happens, right? And so that's like the key to, in my head, is like everything has to be checked off before you can really start being like, I'm 100% perfect on my diet.
Well, I see that a lot of times with people with when they're working out. When they're in there working out, they get really in tune. But as soon as they go away or they had some time off, you kind of let things go. Or like, God forbid, like a surgery or an injury, they just kind of, and that's the time you want to be the most tightest.
Or even lose your job, right?
Correct.
Like something in life happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like there's like a stress response, like they call them stress eaters with that. But like I said, everybody's responds a little different to different diets. Now, the thing you said was key was the sustainability. Is this something you can do? Because what happens is people, they go and do it for whatever weeks, and then you can do it for whatever, 12 weeks, and you see like pretty good results, and then you stop doing it. You're not going to ride off into the sunset and see, it's like you're going to get a rebound from that.
Yeah, there's like a new one out there, 90-day, like a hardcore 90.
75 hard?
Yes. 75 hard. And like, cool, sounds cool, right? And I commend you if you can do the 75 days, right? I think it's like no alcohol. You wake up at like 5 in the morning. You read two books. Meditate.
It's all kind of stuff.
I mean, there's something to the reset. I mean, that's kind of like reset someone that was having issues with it, and you just want to kind of like reset. There's something to it. But the thing is, like, you're not going to do that forever.
No.
And then once you go back, you're like, you start taking in more calories, you're going to go the other way really quick, and then
really
you're going to be upset.
And that's the thing, right? Like for me, like if you go too hard one way, too hard the other way, you got to kind of try and figure out this, like the middle.
Yeah, and I mean, you can dive in deeper into all the diets have a place and a value for a reason, but usually what people are using them for is the wrong reason. And I try to take the simplest approach. I start out with a person. Let's focus on your protein. Let's get that as close to your body weight, which is technically like 0.6 or 0.8. But we say like grams to body weight.
So when you say body weight to protein, do you mean where I'm supposed to be or where I'm at today?
I like where you're supposed to be. Unless you want to put on muscle, then where you're at today. And just go for it. Yep. Okay. So like a lot of times if you want to be like, I want to be 180, but you weigh 200, say let's go to 180. On there, most of the time we know they're not going to get to it, but as long as they're close, that's more than enough. But if I tell you 0.6, then you're going to do 0.3, so and that's quite a bit, right? That alone, and good quality protein, good meats, grass fed, like good quality. That alone will level out a lot of stuff because now you're kind of like filling that plate up quite a bit. And then we tell you then we go into like the others and just try to eat whole foods. Before I even start moving around those macros, just the whole foods itself, and then very small amounts of highly processed. That alone will get you like 90% of where you're trying to go.
And that's what I think when it comes to like a fad diet or the 75 hard, you can't live on the edge of extreme. It's just not going to work. So if you're cutting out and you're only doing this one thing, it's not going to be sustainable. Yeah. But if you do something simple like just your protein and maybe limit your sugar and try to get more steps in, that's a sustainable way to lose weight. But if I'm only going to eat just meat or I'm going to go on the sugar diet and just eat just sugar, that's probably not sustainable.
No, and the problem, Larry, like you were saying, is when everything is good, everything goes in place. It's the convenience of the processed foods.
Yes.
Because it takes a lot more work to do to mostly whole foods. And there was a thing that came out, which I was even surprised, is like, no amount. So you know how they came out, like no amount of alcohol is good for you, not even one drink. And we know, like, okay, that's fine. And you drink a day here and there or two once in a while, no problem. So no amount is healthy. No matter what you do, you have one drink, it's backing your health up a little bit. Processed foods is the same thing. No amount. I was like, wait a second. So none of those on those boxes that say heart healthy or anything healthy for this or keto friendly, none of them are healthy.
So, and obviously might be
I'm not saying never to eat them because
No, it's okay, right?
Yeah.
But like processed foods, I feel like it's like a broad range of things. Because even like, I think frozen vegetables are considered processed food,
and so is meat. So you're talking about like like meat, it's go through the processor. So that's how they get it, and then they cut. Like ultra processed means there's more than probably like 5 or 6 ingredients. Low processed is like there's several ingredients, and then minimum process or whole foods means it's just either the meat, the fruit, the vegetable, whatever it is.
Okay, so really, when we say processed foods,
you're looking highly processed, ultra processed, they call it.
Look at the ingredients.
Yep.
Read the label.
Correct.
And basically look at if there's more than 5 to 7 ingredients.
I would start like. Not all the time, but most of the time I would kind of like pay attention to that. Once it starts going higher levels in ingredients, then there's quite a bit of processes on there. And once they start processing it too much, they start pulling out membranes and like a lot of that, like the pulp of the fruit and the membranes and the skin, that digests in your system a certain way. That'll level off insulin. It completely counteracts like issues that you would see compared to juice.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, because juice is just, it's processed.
Yeah, and what it is it kind of like it's pulling out all the skin and everything else and the fiber out of there.
Nutrients.
So now you're getting most of the sugar that like...
Sugar water.
We're not meant to be able to drink like 5 apples in one shot. Even though like... And it's okay once in a while. It's not a big deal, but like all the time. But you can't eat 5 apples.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've always thought about the same thing with like juice versus people would always be like, "Oh, juice is better than Coke," and I'm like,
It depends.
I don't know. Sugar's in it.
Yeah, it depends.
Right, because sometimes they add sugar.
Added sugar, always added sugar.
Yeah, and that's the key.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's not like it's just normal. Like you squeezed it yourself, and now you have it. It's like because I mean, there's like all kinds of things to keep it on the shelves longer. Like Pete said,
it just lasts forever, and then. You look at even your orange juice, you're looking at it's got high fructose, it's got some other sugar in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's oranges. Why does it have extra sugar?
Yeah, if you freshly squeezed it, then I'd be a little different. But now the convenience is gone.
Yeah, even I'll be honest with you, I make bread at home.
Yeah.
And my bread, when it's at the end of the day, it's hard as a rock.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna go rotten in 2 days.
Yeah.
And mold on it.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's totally different than what you get at the store.
And I guarantee your bread probably has like 3, 4, maybe 5 ingredients.
Salt, water, yeast, flour.
And then go grab a Wonder Bread and see how many.
Yeah, see on the back of that.
Right.
I mean, there's like at least 3 paragraphs.
Food there.
Right.
It's the exact.
When you start getting into paragraphs and start getting out of sentences, you're getting in trouble with the amount of ingredients
and stuff you don't understand and you've never heard of and you can't pronounce. Probably not good for you.
This is good. Yeah. All right. Yeah. This is good info.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll get too far into the weeds.
Yeah. We'll do another one on
Too nerdy.
Thanks, everybody.